All right. Taking the opportunity to hand the GOP their obstructionist asses on Scalia's death and President Barack Obama's nominee to the Supreme Court, which will follow soon and will likely be appointed. Regardless of the GOP's hot air, all they are is bluster. They will back down, and a nominee will be appointed as the next SCOTUS justice. It will likely be a liberal, perhaps a super or ultra liberal, which is what we're hoping for to counter the years of damage caused with figures, corrupt, disgusting, anti-American religious kook creatures on our bench like Scalia, who is now thankfully dead, impeached by life itself, at a rather young age too, 79. So, he's gone. Obama's going to appoint another justice. That's just what's going to happen, and Republicans are not going to obstruct it. That won't happen. They're already backing down. But what was impressive was they're making up lies and creating phony precedents for a last year president to appoint a judge, a justice in this particular situation, as Reagan did in his final year. Not to mention that if a president were in office for only one term, then not allowing them to select a Supreme Court justice in their final year of their term would be 25% of their time in office. So that's preposterous. If this happened with 4 months to go before President Barack Obama leaves office January 20th of 2017, he would certainly be within the constitutional provision that he, and he alone, is intended to nominate Supreme Court justices. If we wanted the Senate or Congress to do it, the Constitution would have assigned them that right. But it doesn't. It specifically has a check and a balance so that our president, the executive branch, can nominate them. They're typically appointed too, so it's whoever the president chooses. We, the people, who elected President Barack Obama twice, entrusted him and wanted him to make that decision. We know full well that is within his powers. That's why we wanted him, and that's why we want him to make the appointment now. Scalia was in there for a long time. Republicans had it their way for a long time. Now it's time to shift that, to balance it, to return things to a better state, actually, to get out religiously minded psychos like Scalia, who was a primitive, an ape, a backwards, knuckle-dragging buffoon who was a hateful racist, bigot, and sexist. And that's well documented. So it's out with the old, primitive, and in with the new, progressive, liberal, intelligent, smart, not fixated on primitive myths like religion. But in the GOP's normal demeanor, their normal low-class, low-brow style of anti-Americanism, they intended to obstruct the president and exercise another gigantic overreach of power and authority. They are not the executive branch. They don't do any of the nominating. They will sit back this time and they will do their jobs. And guess what that means? Yep, a new liberal judge on SCOTUS. Huh. So what does that mean for secular America? An ultra-liberal judge on the Supreme Court. Once this new justice is sworn in, you'll hear a big hissy whining sound. That'll be the collective Republican cult exercising its Boehner response, which is the urge to cry at the drop of a hat. Who will President Barack Obama nominate? Yep, it's going to happen soon.